to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of July 8th. I'm Nicole Erdix, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hi there.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes, worrying about something or other. Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today I'd like to complain about boundaries. So, we, as our listeners, our regular listeners know, we are parents with a boomerang child who left the nest and went to college and got his degree, and now he's back living with us. But in all fairness, it's because he's pursuing a graduate degree, and so he's going through that process of, waiting to find out what schools he gets into, blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, we're living with another adult, and so, he's not a child anymore, and you can't, kind of set the boundaries the way you used to. And I'm really feeling the need to now because, it's fine at first. It was, came back home, and that was all fun. And then, he brought his 2 cats back with him, and well, that was okay. But now, of course, we love them to bits.
Yeah.
And he moved in all his guitar equipment, and now his band plays here on a regular basis. They practice in the garage. He's kind of overtaken the west wing of the house. Our garage is a mess because he's been going through the tools and bringing them upstairs to fix his guitar and then back down again. But anyway, so 2 days ago, his cat, which I just mentioned, he brought back home with us, or to us, his cat, he went outside to do something. He left the door open in the back patio. Which in Southern California, you don't do.
No.
There's all kinds of critters, especially here.
Yep.
We live near the desert. But anyway, apparently the cat, now I wasn't there, but he decided to tell me this later. Apparently the cat brought a frog into the house and went upstairs, took the frog upstairs, went into my son's room. My son was up there, and just plopped the frog on the floor, and the frog started hopping around my son's room. Thankfully, the said frog is catched and then returned to its natural habitat. Had I known this was happening at the time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you today because I would be in the, it would have sent me over the edge.
At least the cat had the good sense not to bring it to you.
Thank goodness, because honestly, I've seen enough lizards in its mouth. Like, these cats are just doing me in. But I think it's really just my son who is doing me in these days.
Because it's not the cat's fault.
It's not the cat's fault. It's like my son's leaving the door open. He's leaving cupboard doors open. He's leaving empty boxes in the pantry. He's leaving, tools everywhere. He's got guitar practice. He's coming and going all hours of the day, and I don't know where and when he is. It's just I feel like I need to set some boundaries, and I don't know how to be a mom but not be a mom about it,
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my long-winded intro to this discussion today. But any advice out there? I say, I remind them, please don't, please make sure you shut the door. Please turn off the light. I've even resorted to putting sticky notes up around the house. Please turn off the light. But honestly, folks, I'm kind of getting to the edge of my rope here. I mean, I love him to bits. I love having him here, and I want to be grateful, and I want to enjoy the time that he's back with us because I know it's not, it's not, I'm grateful that we have him back, but at the same time, it's like, is it bad that I want some boundaries and some space?
No. Do you charge him rent for living there?
No.
Okay. This is what I tell my daughter when we have these discussions, which we do. Is I have two 20-somethings at home. One of them just spends all his time in his room and is not much of a thing. But, my daughter is feeling her adulthood and her independence and expects to be treated as an independent adult with respect. And no, that's not the dynamic. I'm very sorry. So anytime something comes up where she doesn't like me telling her to do something, or she doesn't like the way I comment on the way she does things, I just tell her, that's your rent, okay? We're all adults living in this house. Sometimes we're going to rub each other the wrong way. When it's us rubbing you the wrong way, you just, in your head, picture yourself putting a couple of bucks in a piggy bank. That's your rent. We're going to set boundaries. I said you have a choice. You can, well, not with the money she's making right now, but theoretically, you can move out of the house. If you don't want to do that, this is your rent. I said, when I was your age, I didn't like the way my mother talked to me, and I moved to the other side of the country from her.
Please don't do that.
It's like, if you're going to stay in the house, you got to deal with it. And she doesn't want to do that. She wants to stay home. She very much wants to be here. She cannot ever imagine herself living on her own. And that is absolutely fine. We are very happy to have her. But you know what? I'm going to have an opinion sometimes. And I'm going to mom sometimes. And, suck it up.
Well, I mean, and I like that approach, because he doesn't pay rent. He does pay his certain amount. There's certain bills that he pays for, but we're not charging him for rent or for food because we understand that, this is temporary. He's going to grad school, blah, 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 blah.
So he has to pay psychic rent.
There you go. Psychological.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. No, I could deal with that. Because when I say to him, please shut the door for like the millionth time, I feel like I'm nagging him like he's 10 years old. And he's not 10 years old. I know he's an adult. He can, he should know better, but at the same time.
Yes.
Because I almost feel like I'm apologizing for nagging at him. But
it's like I always tell my kids, if you don't want me to nag, then do what I'm asking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know how to make this problem go away. It is in your control.
Yeah. I mean, if it's such an issue, then do something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a simple request. If you take something out, you put it away.
Yes.
You open it, you close it. It's like this, one then the other.
Yeah. It's such a weird dynamic having adult kids home because
it really is.
It's different having all adults living in a house. This is what I keep telling my daughter, it's going to be awkward. If you had roommates, it would be awkward in the same way. But since, we're not your roommates, we're your parents, tough luck. We win.
Yeah. And I don't know why I feel guilty for setting those boundaries, but I don't know. I guess he's not a kid, he's not 10 anymore.
Well, they make you feel guilty.
They sure do.
Because it's like, we're adults. We're independent. We don't need to.
They want the independence without all the responsibility, right?
Exactly. With the free rent. It's like, I want you to respect me, but I'm not going to respect anything you say. Well, it's not done. No. You're living in my house.
Yeah.
That is not the dynamic we're going to have.
Not easy.
No.
You have this to look forward to, Kat.
I know.
Yes. And just even when your daughter comes home for summers, it's going to be a big shift because I just find even when you come back for that short amount of time, it's like,
definitely.
Yeah. And I can remember being bratty myself.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah.
When I came back I don't think I only came back for maybe 2 summers.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Not that many.
Yeah. I mean, I went to college and came home summers, and then I moved away for a job, and then I came back and was living at home and freelancing. And I mean, I can completely relate to our kids. I totally know what it's like to be in that position. But you know what? I got an apartment in the same town as my parents just because I wanted to get out of there. And then I moved across, to a different part of Los Angeles, and then I moved across the country because it's just, I was not comfortable being in that position. So I can see, I mean, I know what it feels like to be in our kids' place, but if you want the benefits of living in the house, you just have to put up with it. And if you don't, then go someplace else.
All right.
Yeah, well, maybe, I think I will just, toughen up a bit here and set some boundaries.
Prepare a lease that says you will do all of these things and in return you will have housing. Sign on this line.
Yes.
And food.
Sign on the dotted line.
And you will keep the frogs out.
Yes. You will shut the darn door.
Cat brings in a frog and I don't see it. Do not tell me.
Exactly. I don't need to know. He says, well, I debated telling you. I'm like, why did you? I didn't need to know that. I mean, every time I step outside, there's lizard body parts staring at me. Like, I don't need to see frogs in my house.
I guess maybe that's a sign that he's learning. He at least debated it. He didn't tell you right away. So that's the first step, right?
There we go.
All right. Well, that'll be it for today's round 3. The concept of psychic rent is what you got to take away from this. But tune in tomorrow when we're going to obsess of a certain song and how it relates to our family's quirks. And then come back on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.